disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene, and with me, as always, my podcast partners, Joe Hartley and Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What's up?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Network. On Mondays, you got Raw with Mimi and Lump. Tuesdays is PTE with Chris Lopes and Travis. Wednesdays is Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Joe, and Angel. And on Thursdays, you can get the Inside School with Alex and Jeff. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Fellas, it's showtime. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys? Pretty chill week. A lot of family time. Cleaning up some leaves, mowing the lawn. Hopefully for the last time. Maybe one more time.
I absolutely hate doing leaves. I can't stand it. Out of all of the different types of chores, like leaves are the absolute worst, especially at my parents' house. We had some big trees, one in the front and one in the back. And these trees, man, there was just a lot of leaves always to rake up. And, you know, being the oldest, I had to do majority of the work. When we was kids, Trav used to be outside playing in the leaves, jumping in the piles, kicking them around instead of helping me pick these damn things up so we can get back in the house, you know?
Yeah, see, I try to get it done while everyone's at school and my wife's at work, so I don't have those problems, but it's still a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Boogs, you had an interesting weekend.
Yeah, man, I definitely did. I went down to Virginia Saturday night. I got there. Literally just went down to train for one day and come back up. Obviously, you know, I was doing a great training session. I get to like the last 10 minutes, end up catching a kick, and then my eye is all swollen. I look like the Elephant Man, just craziness, man. But yeah, besides that, man, I am in pain. I am not looking forward to this ice bath that I need to do after this. I am not looking forward to that. So
I mean, you're not putting your put your whole face in there. I mean, you put your face
what?
in there.
No. No, man, I put like my body in the ice bath, not my face. Listen, I'm doing ibuprofen and ice. If that don't heal it, then I just need Jesus, because it ain't getting fixed any other way. Like,
okay, all right. Man, I had a interesting. I had a stupid thing happen to me this weekend, man. But check this out. So you guys know I go and I visit my girl in Windsor, and every weekend I pretty much go over there. And you always have to take a COVID PCR test in order to get over there, right? And I'm vaccinated. I've already had both shots. I took them in April. I got the vaccination. And the lab that I go to do my test, when they give me my results, it's always, you know, no COVID detected. And they have all of my previous tests on the same form. So you can see that every week, you know, it's negative. Now, the current week is not in line with all of the other tests. It's underneath all of the others. And the date that I took the COVID test is always in the top right corner. So when I get over there, then I get to the border, this particular border agent, I don't know, you know, she wanted to be difficult, and she was saying, well, you know, I can't tell that this date is related to this COVID test because it wasn't in line with all of the other tests. So she was saying like she didn't know if this test was correct, and she's like, oh, you know, you need to tell the lab they need to. I'm like, I can't tell this business how to run their business, like how they should display the negative test that you get, right? So So then clearly it's negative. So then she tells me, "Oh, you've been randomly selected to take another PCR test." And I said, "When?" She said, "Today." I said, "I have to take this today?" And she said, "Yeah, you got to take it within 24 hours." Now I'm only going to be there for the weekend, right? So it's a manual test. You take it yourself. You got to get on a website. You got to, you talk to a nurse and they're online and you're looking at them and they have to watch you swab your nose and all of that, right? So then she says, "Okay, well, we're going to have to come pick up the sample from you." I said, "Okay," because I thought I had to drop it off somewhere. And they make you go online to set an appointment for them to come pick up this sample. Now, what do you think? When you think I did this Friday, right? When do you think they should come pick up the sample?
Saturday.
You might think, especially since it was late Friday afternoon. Dude, they came today to pick it up.
What the hell?
Right. And then they tell you like it's going to be 3 days before you get the results back. But I'm already back here. It's pointless. The whole thing was pointless, So I just didn't get it. So I had to leave. I left the sample with my girl and told her like, they're going to come on Monday, and I had to set an appointment at 1:00. They were supposed to come pick this sample up from her house, and we told them where to pick up the sample, right? She calls me this morning, and they came at 10:00 to pick it up.
PM?
AM, 10 a.m. to pick it up. Even though so she had already put it out early in the morning. So all they had to do was walk on the porch and grab it and then leave. But if she hadn't been home, or if she had scheduled, they could have missed the whole thing. So it was just a stupid thing that I had to go through, And then
that's crazy
point? Like they're gonna give me I'm gonna get my results back probably Wednesday or Thursday, even though I know it's already negative because I already took the test. So that's pretty. I just don't understand why they do that at the border, man. It just didn't make any sense.
Because they're weird.
Yeah, man. I just wish we can get some type of universal guidelines that everybody sticks to when it comes to the whole thing. Whether whether you're wearing a mask or if you're vaccinated or like, it's just too many. Everywhere you go, it's just always something different. Some of the places you go to, you don't have to wear a mask. I'm vaccinated. I've been vaccinated since April. But any store I go to, I wear a mask because I just feel comfortable. I don't feel.
I'm right there with you, man.
I don't feel comfortable walking in a store, without a mask on.
Hey, get this real quick, okay? So I get a thing in the mail or email from the kids' school. The whole Walled Lake district is having bus problems because they lost 11 bus drivers, walked off because they weren't treating them right. And one over Huron Valley paying them more money, giving them more hours, and giving them a sign-on bonus. So yeah, they're all walking. So now they're rotating our buses. So for this week, I have no bus to pick up my kids or drop them off. I have to go get my kids from school, and my wife has to take them to school in the morning. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
So is that a hassle? Is that, hard for you guys?
I mean, with us having opposite schedules, it works okay, but it's cutting into some of my sleep.
Right, because you work nights.
Yeah. So, I got to get up because normally I would go to bed around 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And I like to get up between 3 and 4. Now the girls got to be picked up at 3. So I got to get up at about 2 o'clock, 2:30, go grab them. And then my son's picked up at 4.
Wow.
So literally I drop the girls off at my parents, go pick my son up, and then take them all home. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, hopefully things will get better. Hopefully soon, man. We almost had 2 years of this. It'll be 2 years in March, All right. So let's talk about the movie Snake Eyes. What did you guys think when you watched the movie? Did you guys
didn't really have a whole lot of expectations going into it, but for the most part, I did enjoy it.
Okay. Angel?
I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, At some points, man, I just kind of like was lost. I just felt like we got away from the storyline a little bit, and they were just kind of throwing some action scenes in there just to fill some action scenes. But I thought it was pretty good compared to my only time I've ever seen Snake Eyes. Remember, I'm like younger, so the only time I ever saw Snake Eyes was in GI Joe, the first GI Joe with Channing Tatum and Marlon Wayans.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
yeah,
my
yeah.
first time I ever saw Snake Eyes. So like for me, like that was the first time I ever saw him. So to see him in this way, like when you were saying like he's not even supposed to talk, I didn't really give a fuck. I just was like, cool. I personally, if he had like that Jet Li type role where he only gives me a sentence, I would have been pissed. Like you better have some damn good action scenes because I want to hear some talking. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good though overall. Like I said, sometimes I just got lost on what the story was, but pretty good.
Because the story was all over the
Okay.
place.
Yes, thank you. That's what it was, man. The story was just all over the place for me.
The story got lost itself because I don't think it didn't have a direct line to where it was going. It was everywhere.
Yeah, because they tried to fool us with it, right? Because when it starts off, you think it's going one way, and it's going. He's pretty much a secret agent. I didn't realize that at first, So anyway, like I said, it was a little. It was when I first heard that they were making the movie, I thought this was a dumb idea that they were making it. And that was because of the previous G.I. Joe movies. I really didn't like the previous G.I. Joe movies, especially because I'm a kid that grew up in the 80s and I knew how the cartoon was. And those movies, those two movies that they came out with weren't really like the cartoon,
The first movie was decent. It did okay. The second movie was just hot garbage.
Yeah, I agree. But I agree, but I didn't even like the first one that much. Really.
Anything with Marlon Wayans, I will watch and support. So personally, to me, I love the first one because Marlon Wayans give that comedy that we all need.
Wait, did you watch his new special on Netflix?
Don't ruin that for me.
No, I haven't seen it.
Good luck.
Wow.
Good luck.
I wonder if you would be saying that if he had got the role of Robin, because he was supposed to be Robin in the 90s in the Batman movies. I don't think I would have. Yeah, Marlon Wayans. He was supposed to be Robin. I don't think I would have wanted to see him as Robin.
Wait. Yeah. What year was this? What year?
Whatever 90s? Came out. Yeah, whatever came out in 97 and 98. Those movies.
That would have been big during that time.
He was supposed to be Robin.
Black Robin would have been big during those times.
He would have been goofy. He wouldn't have been. He would have been goofy. I wouldn't want to see a goofy Robin. Like there's never been a goofy Robin.
Hold on. So you're telling me he would have been on the George Clooney Batman?
Yeah. No. The Val Kilmer.
That was 94.
Okay, so he would have been that one because that was the first Batman and Robin movie.
This is my thing. I would have, if I would have saw him on 94 Batman, I think I would have accepted it because I would have not have seen Wayans brothers by then. So I would have been like, all right, that's cool. Seeing him in 97, 98, fresh off of Wayans brothers, you're gonna expect him to be goofy. But I felt like he did good in G.I. Joe, man. Like he took it serious, but gave just enough comedy to make you laugh. That's just me. But and also, man, like I just want to see a Black Robin. I'll take that any day of the week.
I'm right there with you.
I don't mind seeing that. I just don't want to see him. Like it's just certain characters. Like I don't, especially coming off the heels of Blank Man at that time back in the 90s. Like I didn't want to see that, man. Coming off the heels of Blank Man and Meteor Man. I would not.
Oh, Meteor Man!
I would not have enjoyed to see Marlon Wayans as Robin. No. So let's jump into the movie. And I see I'm still like lagging or whatever. Can you guys see that?
You go. Yeah, but it's quick.
Well, not on my end because you guys there's a definitely like 5-10 second delay from when I say something to when you guys respond to me.
Oh, that's fantastic.
All right, so let's get into the movie. So it starts off 20 years ago, and we see a young kid and his dad, and they're in the woods. They have a cabin, and we can tell they're kind of hiding out from someone. And this is pretty much Snake Eyes as a kid. What was his name in the movie? Like, did you guys ever? Because they seem like they just always called him Snake Eyes.
I don't think they gave him a name. It just was Snake Eyes.
Yeah, that's all I heard. If you guys know his name, his regular name in the movie, let us know. But he got the name because his dad. He sees his dad get murdered, and they gave him they rolled dice to see if he was going to live or not, and he rolled a Snake Eyes. Go ahead, Joe.
Do you think those dice were loaded?
Well, yes, we saw that they were.
Did we?
Yeah, we saw that later on in the movie.
Well,
that they
because they only
loaded.
rolled it twice. But they only rolled it twice.
No. Snake Eyes ends up getting the dice, and he has them himself, and he's rolling them, and they keep rolling up Snake Eyes every time he does it, and then he realized that his dad was set up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
that's a weird way to get a nickname.
I wouldn't have took that name.
Snake Eyes. Me neither. Yeah. I didn't like that. I need a better story to why his name is Snake Eyes.
Yeah, so they ended up killing his dad and setting a house on fire, and he sees the guys who did that. Now he ends up running out of the house and hiding. And they don't find him in order to kill him. So he doesn't know why his dad was murdered. He doesn't know who those guys are. He just knows that his dad is murdered. And then we fast forward 20 years, and he is fighting like in this underground fight club like type of deal.
Kind of remind me of Shoot Fighter because they started throwing weapons in and all that.
Yeah, did you guys like this fight scene?
That was garbage.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, they never really explained like why, like who trained him. Why was he such a good fighter? They didn't explain any of this. So it kind of threw me off a little bit from the movie because I was like, all right, who trained him? How long has he been training? What is his because he was a martial artist because that's all of his fight scenes. He was doing martial arts.
And usually in an origin story, like you get some kind of, hey, this is how they were trained, like some way. But I mean, later they'll show us extra training, but they never showed his initial training. Like, where did it come from?
So this counts as a martial arts movie?
You know what, man? This is one of those movies like I can see people saying yes and no. Because to me, I would consider this a martial arts movie. And what helps put it over the edge is the training that we see him go through, the different trials that he goes through.
Yeah,
like that was definitely martial arts.
Yeah, don't you remember, Angel, and Gene and I's argument? The only difference between my definition and Gene's was they need training. They need to see them training. So as long as there's training, we are good. So between Gene and I, this is definitely a martial arts movie.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they had the fight. They had the Fight Club thing, man, and they obviously were using martial arts throughout all of the fight scenes. So they were even using swords and things. So I definitely would classify this as a martial arts movie. But yeah, man, yeah, I definitely would. Now after he gets done fighting, this guy approaches him, and his name is Kenta, and he wants him to work. He wants him to do something for him. And I guess he kind of hints that he knows who killed Snake Eyes' dad, and he'll give him the information if he does something for him. We don't know exactly what that is at this point in time. After that, the next scene, he was like, working like at a fish market or something, right?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. And I really didn't understand what was going on because he's going to work, and he walks past this guy who he calls the boss.
Yeah.
And he's working, and then next thing you know, they bring in they're like getting ready to have a meeting or something. And we're introduced to another guy. What was his name? Was Tommy. That's what Tommy. They were calling him. but he had another name. Now he was portraying to be a gangster because there were a bunch of gangsters around, and he was portraying himself like a gangster.
Yeah, we find out a little bit down the road. We're going to find out this is the Yakuza.
The what?
The Yakuza gang.
Okay. Now,
I mean, at least I heard someone refer to the boss and everybody. They were the Yakuza, so they're a big Japanese gang or mafia, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. So all of a sudden, for whatever reason, they have a problem with Tommy, and they want Snake Eyes to kill him. Now, I guess one of the guys in the game recognizes him as his cousin.
Yes.
Tommy is his cousin. And so he knows that Tommy has infiltrated the gang for whatever reason. Did Tommy ever say why he did that?
Yeah, so the cousin had betrayed their teachings of their their little group that we're gonna be introduced to later. So he betrayed, they got rules. They got rules that you break any one rule, you're out. As we can, we'll find that out at the end even more. But you break a rule and you're out. You're done. Get out. So he must have done something and he got out and he was not happy about it. So now Tommy has, apparently he feels it's his job to take care of that cousin. Because he talks a lot about cutting down his operation, even killing him. So whatever he did must have been bad enough.
Yeah. Now, why would he go in by himself? Like, why would he send someone else to go undercover because obviously his cousin is going to know who he is. So
I was kind of thinking the same thing. And maybe he thought it would take a little more time before he got to the level of me, seeing the cousin. Maybe he was thinking he would be at the low level ranks and work his way up to the cousin so he could kill him.
Right. Now, it seems like Snake Eyes is on the low end of the totem pole, right? But I still didn't understand why they wanted him to kill Tommy. It seemed like they were setting Snake Eyes up to see if he was...
they even said that because they were like, if you're really down, you're gonna take care of business, and we're gonna consider you're in. You're top dog now. You're gonna move up the chain. They were definitely testing him for sure, because I think they were kind of close. Him and Tommy were starting to get close, so they wanted him to do that to see where his loyalty lies.
See, I couldn't tell because when Snake Eyes walked in, like Tommy was like kind of teasing him, and he kind of walked by him. And it didn't seem like they were friendly toward each other. So I think they were trying to keep it.
I think they were trying to keep it low, like you don't want to seem like you're too cool with somebody, but I think they were. They might have had their own agenda.
Okay. So Snake Eyes can't do it. He doesn't do it. He shoots. He shoots. Was it at the ground or something like that? And next thing you know, they were upset. So then big fight breaks out between Snake Eyes and Tommy and everybody else. This was a little bit remarkable that they weren't killed.
Yeah, because how many swords are coming at him? About 25?
Swords? These are gangsters. Like, why they just didn't shoot them? They had a gun. They had one gun.
More swords and guns. I mean, that point. At one point, they were in that big truck, and they had about 30 swords sticking in that truck, looking like what do you call it? The magic trick where they put all the swords in and you come out unscathed.
Yeah,
I was looking like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah,
that was crazy.
So but I mean, just to me, it was just remarkable that nobody else. There was only one gun that was the only gun that was dedicated to killing Tommy, and nobody else had any other guns to shoot these guys, or even did it. It was just swords. The fight scene wasn't bad though, man. Like I was like, man, because we didn't see 2 fight scenes in the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Yep.
The underground fight, and then this fight here. And Snake Eyes helps get Tommy out of there. Did you have anything else that you guys want to talk about when it came to this scene?
Oh no, I'm good.
I just felt like You know, they talk about like all the training that Tommy had. I just feel like I expected more out of him. Anybody else feel like that?
We kind of saw it later.
No, I know later, but I'm saying like seeing it later what the training was, and then like just remembering like because this is the second time I saw this movie, so like knowing like what the training was, watching him in that first half, I was like I expected way more.
I see. I thought I didn't think he was a fighter. Because I just thought like he was some rich guy. You know, I didn't take him as a fighter.
Yeah. See, I was the same thing.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. It's only because I saw the movie already that I was able to be like, I really expected more out of you, knowing what he did.
Right.
I expected his face to look like mine. Like I don't get it.
So they end up escaping in a plane, and Tommy is going to take Snake Eyes home. He's taking him to was it Tokyo? Did he take him to Tokyo, Japan? I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
He ends up taking him home, and he wants him to be a member of their clan. And I guess that was a way of him doing that because he helped save his life, and so he wants to reward him for his loyalty. But was that his mom, Tommy's mom? That was
I thought they were called. I thought it was grandma. I thought it was grandma. Yeah, okay. I thought they said it was the grandmother because when they were asking them about who had access to the item, it was the grandmother, a certain member of the guard, and the top guy.
Okay, so now there was another girl who was sitting with Tommy as they were talking to Tommy's grandmother about Snake Eyes joining the clan. I did not get her name at all.
I didn't
you
either.
Guys? Okay,
I thought it was Tommy's sister.
I couldn't tell if she was his sister or not. Like it seemed like it.
No, I thought that was like his like best friend or cousin or something. Like that was like how do I explain
it?
Like,
they didn't do a good job explaining who she was.
So like the way I saw it, you know how they you know how like in like royal families, like the prince will have like a bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that was like his body. Like he didn't need it, but like they would do missions together. They would go out on like what I mean. It wasn't like boyfriend girlfriend. It wasn't brother and sister. It just looked like it was like that like his best soldier type person. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's how I saw it. Okay. They did not do a good job of explaining it. That's how it looked to me.
Okay,
they really did.
So now. So basically, in order for Snake Eyes to be a member of this family, this clan, he has to complete 3 challenges, and if he fails any of the challenges, then he dies.
Hey, the online it says her name was Akio.
I don't ever
Akiko. Akiko.
I don't ever remember hearing her name.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. Me either. And I definitely don't remember her from G.I. Joe either.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So he has to complete 3 challenges in order to become a member of this clan. And if he doesn't, then he fails and he dies. What did you guys think of the challenges?
That first challenge was kind of weak, but
I didn't mind the first challenge. I mean, because it was like you had to use your it wasn't about being physical. It was all mental. You have to think about what it is you have to do to complete this challenge. At first I didn't understand how he was going to do it. And then like when you see what it was that he had to do, I was like, okay, that was slick. Okay, I got it. I didn't really care for the second challenge. That didn't make any sense at all.
Which one was the second one?
He was talking with the blind master.
Oh, yeah.
And I still don't even understand what the hell it was. It was like, oh no! But before we jump to that one, go ahead. What do you guys think? What was your problem with the first challenge?
I was like you. I didn't know like what it was about. So for me, at first, it was like, um, I was like, I guess it was like a. I thought they were trying to go like old school kung fu, and they
Mm.
after you figured out what it was, to me, I was like, oh really? That's all it was. He just had to, So the for our listeners, the challenge was that they each had a cup of water, and you had to get the water from your opponent without spilling any water. And he failed the first two times, and then in the end, all he had to do was ask for the other guy's water.
Yeah, because
And
they never said you had to fight.
yeah, and that was the lesson. I think they said the lesson was something of being humble, of
Yeah.
showing humility and being humble. So I mean, I get it, but I don't know. It was a little cheesy to me.
Now I get you saying it was cheesy. I get that, but would you have preferred that these challenges were in a different order? Would you guys would it have been better if this challenge was the second challenge?
No, I had to be the first one.
Okay, so
Yeah,
did you have a problem with this challenge, Angel?
I just saw it coming, and I'm not saying because I saw it twice. When I saw it the first time, I just saw it coming as soon as they said it. Like, I felt like it just fit such a cliche for ninja movies, like submit, like be humble, submit the ego, and then you'll learn the rest. You know what I mean? That's all it was to me.
So this guy who was doing the challenge with him, his name was Hardmaster. Was this a family member also of the clan? Because
I don't think they said.
I mean, because he had a lot of power, and they even trusted him with the what was that, a jewel at the end of the movie? Like he was, they just wouldn't just give that just to anybody.
Yeah, I think he was like the top student.
Yeah, I thought he has just been there through the years. Like he's been like the elder now. You know what I mean? So they can trust him with that.
Okay.
Along with
along
with top student, but I just saw him as like one of the elders, like you would look to go to if you need anything.
Okay. Now later on this evening, Snake Eyes ends up leaving. It's nighttime. He ends up leaving, gets on a motorcycle, and he leaves. And he ends up going to speak with someone, and it's the guy that was at the underground fight. I forgot all about this guy. I thought that guy. I thought he was actually the person that hired him to work on the docks. Because when he said, "Hey, boss," I thought it was the same guy. Because the guy said that he wanted him to go work for him. I just assumed that was the same person. But no, this guy was somewhere else in Tokyo. And Snake Eyes lets them know that they want me to do these challenges. If I fail, I die. Like I didn't sign up for this. So he was doubting his ability and his skills. And I don't blame him, but the guy tells him, like, look, if you want to know, he's basically telling him, I know who killed your father. I have the information. I'll give you the information.
He gave him the dice.
Yeah,
he gave him the dice.
Yeah. So that was at that point that he did that. Okay, I didn't know if he did it there or later on in the movie. Because he goes and talks to him a couple times, and the guy's like, hey, don't forget,
He gave him the dice to show that he found him. So he was dead serious, and he was hooked after that. He was ready to lay his life down pretty much.
Right. Anything books?
So one, I forgot about him actually. But then two, like I started losing respect for Snake Eyes. I always saw Snake Eyes as like this great hero, like, humble, never talked, but just handled his business. And then like this
but Angel, he wants to be that, but he can't get revenge out of his mind right now.
I know,
so
but
but that's the carrot that's driving him. That's that carrot that's driving him. And so far, the Akuza boss or whatever his name is, he knows that, and that's why he's using him. And he gets it together at the end, hopefully. But right now, he can't see past his own hate and revenge and bloodlust.
Yeah, but he's also lying to the other side. That's why my respect for him was like going down.
Did we ever find out what this was? This club? Because I got confused in the middle. Well, whatever they were, the clan were they in with Cobra or GI Joe? Like, do we ever find out what they were called?
They were connected with GI Joe because Scarlet is helping them.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, she is a GI Joe. So I know that they're affiliated with the Joes, in some form. I don't know of them. I don't remember them ever being in the cartoon.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Okay, the second test, the second challenge, I didn't really get. I didn't understand it at all. It was confusing to me. Can you explain it to me, Angel? Because since you've seen it a couple of times, the second test, the second challenge.
Was that the one when he was in the snake?
No, that was the last one. This one, he was talking with Blind Master about something.
So, okay, I'm gonna be real with you. When we start getting into those philosophical talks in any movie, I'm always lost.
Okay,
because I just felt like he started talking in riddles. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I didn't understand. I didn't understand the challenge. I didn't understand nothing when it came to this.
Like, no doubt. Like, I was really sitting there and I was like, what are you saying? Like,
it's a mental puzzle.
Yeah, like I couldn't figure that one out. Actually, I couldn't. That's why I was like, I was lost on that one for the second time that I saw it.
Someone's gonna have to explain it to us.
Okay, you don't know it either, Joe. It didn't make sense to you.
Not really. Either. I mean, it's some Blind Master mumbo jumbo.
Yes. Okay. So that part sucked in the movie. If none of us understood what the hell was going on with that challenge, and I didn't know if he even completed it. It made no sense.
He didn't die, so I guess he did.
Yeah. Right. Now, at the same time, all of this is going on. What is the girl's name? Akiko. She doesn't trust him.
No. Mm-hmm. She's watching them very.
And now they end up. Yeah, and they start sparring, with each other. Now, do you think she was just testing him, or did you think she was trying to hurt him? Like, was she trying to kill him? Was that a real fight?
I felt like
if she wanted to kill him, she would have.
No, I felt like it was both. I felt like it was both. I felt like she was testing him to let him know like where she's at, but I feel like she wanted to get a few hits in there though, also.
Mm-hmm. Now she had a deal with him also. Like he had to touch her with his sword, because he ends up doing that, and they stop fighting. And I think her phone rings or something like that, and she turns her back, which is weird as hell. Like, who does that in a fight? Stops to answer your phone.
Okay, but she had just whooped his ass. Like, he was already down.
Yeah, but still, like that.
He being a smartass, tapped her with the sword and said, "Gotcha." And she said, "What'd she say? A fighter without honor is something or another."
Yeah. And the person who was calling her was Tommy, and he wanted them to come back to where he was. He wanted to talk about his cousin once again. Like he is still watching his cousin, and he wants to take him out. They know where he is, and they're going to go get him. And I was thinking when I saw this part, like, why are you going? Because up at this point, like we saw him fight at the docks, but like there was never any type of anything letting us know he was a fighter until Akiko says, "I've seen that look before. That is the shadow of the storm." And when she says that, I said, "Oh, that's who this is supposed to be. He's going to be Storm Shadow." Up until that, I just thought he was just a regular rich guy. I didn't know. And until she said that let me know that he's going to be Storm Shadow.
Wait, you never knew Storm Shadow was Tommy?
No, I did not. I didn't see that coming until up until that point. Like Storm Shadow never had a regular name on G.I. Joe. Like, I'm an 80s guy. I'm going off of what I saw in the 80s. Like, he didn't have a name.
Dang, come on, Gene. Everybody knows the short version of Storm Shadow is Tommy. Come on.
So he is going to go fight his cousin. What did we say his cousin's name was?
I was just thought of him as the like the boss of the Yakuza.
Okay, so we don't really get. Oh no, we don't get a name. So he go. They all three of them go, and they end up fighting. And then he sees his cousin. And he ends up
Is
fighting.
it
Now
Yazo? There's a Yazo?
I have no idea at all.
Yazoo? Something like that. That's what it says online. I think this is the same guy. Oh no, that's the top student at the clan.
Now, was his cousin the guy who was actually leading Snake Eyes this whole time?
Yeah, I believe so. He's the one
Yeah.
that originally approached Snake Eyes and had the information about the father's killer.
Now that has to be a horrible situation for him to be in, because at one point in time, like, he's trying to get close to Tommy and Akiko, and then at the same time, like, they're fighting him, you know.
But you see at a certain point where he is helping the fight, but then like some of the people he comes across, some of the bigger people, that with the Yakuza, he lets go.
Right. Now, we don't know why Snake Eyes is even what this guy wants him to do. What Kenta wants. His name is Kenta, right?
I think so. Yeah, that's his name.
Yes. We don't know what Kenta wants Snake Eyes to do, but we eventually find out he wants him to steal this jewel of the sun that has magic powers, and it is located somewhere within the clan. So that's what Snake Eyes has to do in order to get the information to find out who killed his dad. Kenta wants him to get this jewel. He eventually locates it, and he knows where it is, and he's trying to get it. But it's being guarded everywhere. Every time he tries to go get it, then he sees what's her name is following him, Akiko that's following him.
Yep.
So he has to be really, really sneaky when he tries to get this jewel.
He's not sneaky enough compared to the rest in that clan.
No. What?
Not even close.
Like, because these people are trained and then
That's
and
what I'm
ninjas,
saying.
and we don't know we don't know anything about his training and his skills.
He's brute force. He is brute force. He's not sneaky. He's not tranquil and fluid. He's just a straightforward brute force.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now we also
and he
see
shows
Akiko.
that when.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying he shows that quite often. Like he needs better training because he's just a blunt object right now.
Right. Now Akiko is starting to like him now. Not in a romantic way or anything like that. She thinks that he is actually on their side and is trying to help him. Now
I think she sees the potential. Yeah, I think she sees that potential there.
Mm-hmm. Now the third challenge he has to complete is the most dangerous one, and this was just absolutely ridiculous. Like these, so he has to go down into this pit, and he has to step on what was it, a tile in the pit, and when he does that, it lets out these huge snakes. Like these were bigger than anaconda snakes. These were ridiculously large snakes. And what was his objective in the pit? You guys know? I don't know.
His objective
I have no
was to
idea.
live. What do you think, bro?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because like he goes down there and like obviously he can't fight 3 large anaconda snakes. He can't fight them. He can't beat them up. So it was like something like clear your mind. He has to go down there and stand there and meditate and pretty much hope the snakes don't eat him.
I think I know what it was. So snakes, I'm not saying all snakes, but most of them, right? They thrive off of fear. Like, fear from the person. So I felt like that one was for him to control his emotions and to control his fear and be able to control his surroundings, like control his environment and the things surrounding him. Sounds stupid, but that's what I feel like it was, because that's what made it. That's why she, that's why when Akiko stepped in,
I'm saying
it made it
if
such
one
a
of those
problem.
snakes was real hungry that day, it was over.
Yeah. So she jumps down and she saves him from being eaten. Now, because this happens, he fails the challenge. I'm surprised they didn't try and kill him.
Me too.
Like, think about the other challenges. If he had failed against Hardmaster, do you think Hardmaster or somebody would have killed him? Like how else would he have died? Like he had to pass the challenge or he was going to die. So I was surprised that he didn't die with this challenge.
I feel like she should have died.
That's a possibility, or getting kicked out of the clan.
Yeah. See, they had favoritism towards her,
because like if she stepped in and he was willing to go through it with it, she should die. But also, I personally, I want to let you guys know, when I saw that scene, I've been waiting to bring this up. I don't know why, but I played it back and I just thought, like, yo, Gene was there. Gene would have died before the snake even got to eat him. Like,
oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Like I don't know what
I would have.
Yo, I really.
I would have said this.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now.
She would have saw that snake and been like, "I'm out."
Yo, I don't know what it is, but I just had this like I had like a daydream when I saw it, that I saw Gene would be like, "Oh shit, I'm playing dead," and he'd just drop and die.
I'm not playing dead. I wasn't trying to fight. I would have realized, well, this is it. I'm not about to wait around and wait to get ate. I would have dove my ass right into a snake's mouth and just said, "Fuck it, I'm done." That's what I would have did. I'm not going to sit around and be, they're not going to torture me. They're not going to torture me. They're not going to chew me up. Yo. I'm just going to just dive right in and die. That's it.
Yo, bro, I swear, G got the most like awkward way of finding ways to play on his death. He would jump into the mouth. Yo, what?
Yeah, let's get this shit over with. Like, through, like, done.
Give me the salt and pepper. Pour it over my head.
G would have asked the snake. G would have asked the snake, "You want some hot sauce on me?" I got you.
Why it gotta be hot sauce? Because I'm black. It could be barbecue sauce. Hey, what's up, Bugs?
Get some sweet and sour sauce. Damn it! They're in Japan.
Oh,
yeah, man. Yeah, you're right, man. If I went down there and I seen there was those 3 sticks, I would be like, "Oh, this is it. This is the end of the challenge. I'm not surviving this shit. This is it."
Did he have a sword? Did he have a sword?
I don't know. No. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the sword.
No, he didn't.
I was gonna say, because I'd have been fighting.
Snake Eyes received the sword from Tommy for some reason, and I don't understand why. The sword has some type of significance to it, but I don't know what the significance was. Do you guys know?
No idea. He just, he considered him a good friend and for saving his life.
That's why I gave him the sword.
That's what I thought.
That's why I gave him the sword. And here's the thing: did Snake Eyes really save his life? Because the first time he went back to the boss, they talked about how him saving him on the docks got him into the clan. So I think that was a setup to begin with.
Okay.
I think that was the setup. That was like, how an undercover cop gets a setup to get into the fold. That was his way of getting set up to get into the clan. Because he knew that if he saved Tommy's life, that he would have to do something dramatic to pay him back.
Mm-hmm. Now, we also know that because whatever Scarlet was doing, she is finding weapons, and we see the Cobra logo. So now we know that Cobra is involved. So we find out that Kenta is working for Cobra. He's a Cobra agent. Now he wants this jewel of the, what was it? The jewel of the storm or something like that. I I can't remember the name of this damn thing. Jewel of the Sun. He wants it so he can have this power. So now, after Snake Eyes finds out that he's not going to be a member of the clan, he is going to go steal it. He knows where it is, so he sneaks in and he gets it, and he ends up giving it to Kenta. And then Kenta tells him, like, okay, so this is where your dad's killer is. And you know, it's pretty much in a room around the corner from where they were talking.
Which right there, Snake Eyes should have been smart enough to be like, wait a second, something ain't right here. Which he does figure out, but the guy has to tell him what was going on.
Right. Now we're also introduced to the Baroness. I thought it was cool that they included her. I thought it was cool that they included Scarlet and the Baroness into this because it was a connection to G.I. Joe, because everyone who watched G.I. Joe knows that the Baroness is part of Cobra and Scarlet is part of G.I. Joe. So I like that it was there, that kind of connection, and we knew that G.I. Joe and Cobra existed at this point in time. They mentioned Cobra, but they never really mentioned G.I. Joe too much, really, did they?
I think right at the end they said something slightly about, maybe they hinted towards it, but they never used G.I. Joe name.
Right. Now so Snake Eyes goes over to where his father's killer is, but he doesn't kill him. And then he pretty much finds out that Kenta is a member of Cobra, and this guy is also a member of Cobra, and he tells him, he's like, when Cobra gives you a mission, you do it. So now he find out that his dad was an agent. Was it? Well, his dad was a member of G.I. Joe. That's what he finds out.
Yeah, his dad was a member of G.I. Joe, and the crazier thing was that he said was that the Baroness came and found him, and that Snake Eyes must be very special for them to pull him off a job and hand him over to Snake Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they knew they gave the order to kill the dad. Now they're killing the guy. They're giving the guy over to be killed when it was them all along who had set it up.
Yeah. Pretty
That's
much.
Crazy.
Right.
So this dude you've been working for is really the person that you should want to go after.
Right. The whole time.
And he realizes that because not only does he not kill this guy that killed his father, he sets him free.
Yeah, exactly. Which was I didn't get that either. I didn't get why they did that.
The guy, if you think about it, all his rage, all his revenge that he wanted was kind of ruined, because the guy that gave him his chance is technically the one who set it up. He's the one that, he found out at that point that he's been a puppet the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wanted, you find out you're a puppet to somebody who, by the way, gave the order to kill your father. That sucks.
Right. Now let's talk about so now Tommy is pissed because he finds out that Snake Eyes stole the jewel of the sun and gave it to Kenta. So now, he has a problem with Snake Eyes. And I know he has to feel bad also because he brought him to the clan. The jewel ends up getting stolen, and it's pretty much all Tommy's fault. So I know he felt some type of dishonor also. So now he wants to fight Snake Eyes. Now they have a fight, and they're fighting with swords. And I mean, I didn't mind their little confrontation that they had. What do you guys think about their fight? They were like on what was that? They were on some vehicles fighting. Was that a truck that they were on, or a train or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. It was all right. It was a decent fight scene.
You're muted, Bugs. If you were trying to say something, we.
Okay. I said, yeah. They're on like some trucks.
Yeah. It was like I'm pulling it up. Yeah, they're on top of a truck that has cars on there. Now back at the clan, Kenta has returned because he's going there to destroy the clan, and also he's going there to kill the grandmother. And basically, all you gotta do is just take this jewel and it's like you just look at something, and then something catches on. Wherever you're looking at, catches on fire. So he ends up getting the grandmother. He ends up getting the Baroness. He even turns on the Baroness also, because wasn't he supposed to turn the jewel of the sun over to the Baroness? Wasn't he?
Yeah, once he got back to the clan and basically took over, he was supposed to give it the jewel to Cobra.
Yeah, and he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, he liked he liked that power. He loved that power.
Right. So he turns on her. So now the Baroness and Scarlet are working together. They decide to work together with the grandmother. Snake Eyes and Tommy eventually stop fighting each other, and they realize they have to work together in order to get to take care of Kenta. And this is pretty much it. It's just the rest of the movie is just a long fight scene, which I enjoyed it. I didn't have a problem with it at all. Do you guys have anything?
No, there's one part where who is it? Snake Eyes is fighting some big bad guy,
Kenta?
and he knocks. Yeah, they're fighting each other, and he knocks him into the snake pit, and he hits the thing, and the snakes come out, and they eat Kenta, and they leave Snake Eyes alone. I thought that was interesting. They actually help Snake Eyes, which I thought was interesting.
Right.
So I guess he passed that test now.
Yeah, I guess. So with Kenta being gone, he ends up taking the jewel, and he ends up taking it back to the clan. Now,
wait. Tommy, before that, Tommy breaks a rule and uses the gem. He uses the Sunfire Stone.
Okay, so that's what it was. That because I didn't understand. So I was about to ask you guys why did Tommy?
Tommy uses the gem, which is a forbidden rule, and once he does that, his grandma. Once everything is resolved, and at the end, and everyone kind of goes back to their corner, G.I. Joe's Joe again, and Cobra's Cobra again, and they take off, and they put the jewel in a safe spot. The grandma kicks Tommy out. She tells him, "Hey, you broke the one cardinal rule. You're done."
And he was pissed, but he had a reason to do that. I mean, he was trying to destroy Kenta, the person who was trying to destroy them.
That's what I thought.
And Kenta I don't even understand how he missed him. Because Kenta like jumped out of a window or something like that, and he should have been caught on fire.
Yep.
So
the crazy thing to me is
he's pissed.
They kicked Tommy out, but they still kind of kept Snake Eyes. Even though
I didn't understand it either because he shouldn't even been a member of the clan. That didn't even make any sense.
There ain't no loyalty in that family.
I guess not. It was weird. Granted, he made things right at the end, but I mean, if Tommy gets kicked out just for one infraction, I feel like Snake Eyes had a couple. So that's just me.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like he should have never been a member of the clan. Period. No. So he said something. I don't remember what he said. He said something to Snake Eyes before he left. Something like "This isn't over," or "I'll see you again," or something like that. He said something to him, and then he runs out. He leaves. Now grandmother lets him know, like, you're still a member of the family, but he didn't care. He was done.
Oh man, fuck that! You ain't no member of this damn family. You kicked me out of my own place. That's like
you can still come to Christmas, but
I was gonna say that's like your grandmother saying, like, you can still come to Christmas dinner, but you ain't gonna get no presents. Man, fuck that! I don't want to go to damn Christmas dinner.
No, for real,
right? He says, okay, so here it is. He says, "You offer me your life," and he shows him, Snake Eyes had cut his hand, and they had cut I think he did it also, and then they grasped hands earlier in the movie. So now he says, the next time I'm going to take your life, and he ends up leaving. And then eventually we finally see Snake Eyes get the Snake Eyes suit. He is going to go look for Tommy and bring him. I don't know what he was going to do. Like, I want to say bring him back, but like I don't think he was going to make peace between Tommy and the grandma. I don't think that was going to happen. That was
not going to be
out.
able to. Not only that, but I mean, we know this G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes, and now Storm Shadow. I mean, they're mortal enemies throughout the whole deal.
Yes, but you know what does happen? So we do see Tommy. He ends up leaving, and the Baroness is on his plane. And you know, we're led to believe that she is trying to recruit him to join Cobra, which of course Storm Shadow is a member of Cobra. But in the later episodes of G.I. Joe, Storm Shadow does become a member of G.I. Joe. So really? He does, and he gets a new suit, and he doesn't really wear a normal ninja suit. He has a hood, almost like Arrow. He has a suit similar to that.
Okay.
So I kind of see how they did that with this movie to make it seem like, okay, there's a chance that he could come back to being one of the good guys, you know, after a while. So I don't know how many origin stories they plan to do or how many new G.I. Joe movies. I heard that they're trying to do kind of like an MCU thing with this. Also heard that down the line they want to do a G.I. Joe Transformer crossover. So we'll see if they are able to do that and pull that off. I don't know how that'll work. I don't know. I had that comic book.
That's gonna be
comic books back in the day.
That's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, because both franchises they did so bad with the original movies that they did, man. You know, so we hear him say when he's on the plane that, you know, call him Storm Shadow, you know, from now on. And that's pretty much it. End of the movie. You guys got anything else to say?
No, man, it was good. I for the most part, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would give this movie. I would give it a B-. I mean, I would watch it again if it's on TV. You know, I didn't hate it. It wasn't a lot of dumb things that happened in the movie, so I would give it a B-.
Yeah, I'm going B.
No, B-.
Okay, cool. So what are we watching next? What's next? You saw that text message we got from the big sushi himself, Jeff Dawes.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't mind some of the stuff he said though. The talking about going back, some of the stuff that we didn't get a chance to do. We could come up with like some kind of maybe classic episode every once in a while or something like that. That would be cool.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about going back, you know, the first 25 episodes that, you know, was you and Mike and we weren't a part of. So talking about going back and doing some of those movies with us now.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that shit again. I am not about to sit and watch Fearless Tiger ever again. Like for this, and have to talk about it? Hell no.
What about Bloodsport or you know, stuff like that?
You know what, man? If that's the case, then you guys can talk and I can fall back. You know, I'll be on the show, but I don't want to lead that discussion again. Like some of those movies that we watched, some of them were bad, man. So what's next? What are we watching next, Angel? Or Joe? What's on our list?
Joe, you want to pick this one?
I really don't care. I mean, we could stay with the new stuff and do Shang-Chi.
I'm down for that, man. I'm down for that.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do it. But you know what? I saw the movie, and what I learned, because they put this in the movie of how to pronounce his name. His name is Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like Sean with a G. It's like Sean with a G at the end of it. So it's Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Shang-Chi. So
Shang-Chi.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah,
I mean
that
worked.
Cool with it.
I was gonna suggest that anyway, so I'm glad.
Okay. That's cool. You know, that'll be something good to watch again, especially it's the holiday season, so it's Thanksgiving.
Just let us know. Was it good or not?
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, especially being a comic book person and never hearing of this character before. He's relatively new. I didn't mind. I didn't have any expectations. I didn't know what to expect. I just knew it was part of Marvel, and I'm waiting to find out like what is the connection, like what is their next thing they're leading up to. I don't get it right now, you know, especially with this movie and then the Eternals, which I haven't seen yet. So I have no idea what to expect. So
and then we have Spider-Man.
I kind of went into it with a
Spider-Man is going to be the big new
revealing.
what are they? Yeah, the Spider-Man because that's going to introduce the multiverse, and then Doctor Strange is really going to get into the multiverse.
Yeah, but didn't Loki kind of already introduce the multiverse? The Loki show?
A little bit.
Yeah. So
but
it's gonna be fun.
Can we somehow maneuver Spider-Man as martial arts?
No.
Hey man, at this point in time, like I don't give a shit. Actually, Spider-Man actually did train with Shang-Chi. I learned that he did go over and train with him. He wanted to get some martial arts skills. So I don't know, man.
You said they need to have training. Boom.
But man, listen, I don't know how much martial arts is going to be in a Spider-Man movie.
Right now, we got to do movies until we get to Cobra Kai because I am so excited for Cobra Kai.
Okay? Yeah.
I'm ready for Cobra Kai.
When Jeff hears this, Jeff is going to be flopping on the floor that we're trying to make Spider-Man martial arts. He'll pull up our group chat instantly.
We're here for nothing more than to upset Jeff. So, yeah.
All right, you guys got any closing remarks?
Plus, he just beat me in fantasy football today, so I'm not happy with him.
Oh. All right, everybody. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. My co-host, you guys have a happy Thanksgiving also. Yes, enjoy your turkey. I got to find some tofurkey to eat for myself.
Good luck
with all good. Everybody, stay safe, stay strong, and we will holler at you guys next week.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu to survive must now be taught to more young men.